Welcome to another episode of the Bamature Hour. I am Bama John. In this episode, the Bamatures, and we got the full crew tonight. We'll preview the Alabama LSU game. Sneak preview, we're going to beat them badly. We'll look at the first CFP rankings quickly. We'll talk about where Bama stands, and then we'll revisit Bama's win over North Dakota State, 91-62. Great start to the season for Alabama. Today is Wednesday, November 5th. 2025 in the year of our Lord. Thank you for tuning in. We now have over 5,900 subscribers to the YouTube channel and growing. We're heading to 10,000. Come on, we need to get to 6,000, 7, 8, 9, and get to 10 and keep going from there. Like, subscribe, follow wherever you access the podcast on the YouTube channel. Thank you. I've got G Money, T-Pain, and Will K here. All right, guys, let's jump in here. Let's go into this Alabama LSU preview. All right, jump in here, Will K. Give us some thoughts about this Alabama LSU matchup.
Well, the whole year I've not been very scared of this game. Garrett Nussmeier does not scare me. Me and my friends kind of have a running joke for the past couple of years that we kind of just made fun of Garrett Nussmeier because he's from Tuscaloosa. I don't know if he's actually from here, but he lived here for a little while.
Right, because his dad was the
offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh, Garrett Nussmeier, he's going to come into Tuscaloosa and he's going to give it to Alabama. So it's been a running joke, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's the kind of quarterback that plays into our hands. He's not mobile at all. He's like Peyton Manning without the arm of Peyton Manning, if you know what I mean. I think the line is 13.5. If I were a betting man, I would probably take that. However, I think that Brian Kelly being fired, that could either mean that they play terribly and they don't care, or it pumps them up even more. So I think that's what's going to happen.
Hey, T-Pain, quick thoughts.
Oh, I'll say, Will K, save your money for betting and buy yourself a ring lamp.
I have a ring lamp. I drove from North Carolina to Tuscaloosa and I forgot my ring light, so I'm not going back to get it.
Will K is in the house, baby.
Yeah, you can barely see him. He's in there. I see him.
Yeah. The lights are on in here. I don't know what else to do. Maybe it's just background, but
hey, we like this dark, mysterious Will K. So
it is. That's nice. That's nice. So my storyline is this is a classic rivalry renewed, with Alabama pushing toward the college football playoff and LSU playing under interim head coach Frank Wilson after firing of Brian Kelly. I read that off ChatGPT. Pretty good. No, I'm like you, Will K. I really wasn't too worried about them, and I'm even less worried about them now. They may have a little extra passion that'll last about 20 minutes. But I'm looking for the best performance of the year this weekend from Alabama. I think we beat them pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, G Money, thoughts.
Tale of two programs. We're on the rise. We've got our stable coaches and great players, and they're having that dysfunction again, like that it's infecting so many programs right now. It's not that it's a gimme game. It's not a gimme game, but I'm less concerned about this. I was very concerned about South Carolina. This one, Bryant Denny, Saban Field. We won't be smoking cigars because that's not the tradition. We're going to be doing something fun, though. Saturday night.
Smoking something. We'll be smoking something, Gary. Just kidding.
No worries, Rick. Keep it PG, baby.
That's right.
Guys, DeBoer's undefeated at home. I think that trend's going to continue. This is probably going to be our biggest beatdown of the SEC. I think we're going to get a big win. Frank Wilson, who is Frank Wilson? I mean, I know he's been a long time associate head coach, and he's kind of one of their own. The OC is Alec Adkins. Again, who's that? I do give hats off to Blake Baker. I think he's done a good job with the defense. I think their defense is good. It's going to be a test, but Harold Perkins is sitting out. Brian Kelly gets fired. Harold Perkins has decided he's going to go sit out and get ready for the NFL draft. They've got a slew of injuries. And I will also say Garrett Nussmeier is not a dual threat quarterback. What gives Alabama fits a dual threat quarterback? We drove him into the ground. We rushed him, sacked him, chased him all over the field, got him to throw picks, had a strip sack, fumble recovery. We gave him fits down there last year. And I think this team, their offensive line is worth. They had guys drafted off that offensive line in the first and second round. So their offensive lines were worse. They're a diminished team. I'm pretty confident that we can put it to them pretty good.
Yeah, I think Pierre is going to have a game.
Yeah, I
And
just don't see Nussmeier just sitting in the pocket, just tearing us apart. I just don't really see that happening. Because last year, 42-13, and they scored a touchdown with like 20 seconds left. So it's basically 42-6 with the backups in. And it's at home. I mean, we'll see, but
Well, is Bama John going to give Womack the green light to do some blitzing? That's the big question.
He
yeah.
only needs to blitz one guy. There's no reason to blitz 6, 7, or 8. I think if you throw a 5-man rush in there, it's going to give Nussmeier fit. I mean, he cannot escape like Ty Simpson does. He can't pull the Roger, the Dodger move and do that. He's going to go down. Our guys will not miss him. I think Yanze Pierre, I think Justin Jefferson, I think you bring in the safety blitz, whatever, it's going to wreak havoc, and he's going to have it. And he's hurt too, guys. He's got an ab injury. He's got a knee injury. Nussmeier's tough, and I'll give him credit for that, but he's beat up. And I'm sure LSU is going to be all pumped up. We want to come in here and fight, but they're not playing for the playoffs. And, guys are probably trying to protect their paychecks. I just think it's a recipe for LSU to come in here and get beaten pretty badly. And you know me, guys, I'm like, if we win by 1, I'm happy. I think this is going to be one of those where by the third quarter, we're going to be feeling pretty good. We'll be up 14, 17, 21 points and cruising. I'll eat crow if I'm wrong, but that's just the trajectory. Particularly when I saw that Harold Perkins was out, I'm like, yeah, I think they're in for a world of hurt.
Yep.
I agree.
I don't know that I have a whole lot else to say, except they got a pretty good defense, but we got a great offense. Yeah. And you know what? I'm happy that we get to go up against LSU's good defense this week. We get to take on Oklahoma's good defense next week, and we get to do them both at home. But those are going to be good previews and tests for, say, we have to play Ohio State's defense. Because if we can carve them up, and Ty can go out there and use this as a get ready for the playoff moment, and we can come away with 2 victories, he's going to be ready to take on anybody in the playoffs. And I'm confident that we can do that, but I think it's a great test for him. But I'm just not worried about this LSU offense beating up on us too much.
Yeah, and their defense is good, but they're on not a great trajectory. I mean, they held Ole Miss to 24 points. And then A&M put up 49. I mean, but if you look at their stats, I mean, they held Marcel Reed, I think, to around 200 yards passing, but then he gashed them with the run. So, yeah, I think we're going to score some points.
And it will be Rick, it'll be really good to see if our offense, because we don't run the ball that well, but if that offense that we can continue to use the short passing game in lieu of the run to gash them, I'm going to be really interested to see if we can do what Texas, because we're not going to have Jalen Milroe out there running for, what he run for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
The last 2 games, he's run for a combined 8 rushing touchdowns against LSU.
Wow.
Yeah.
He ran for 4 touchdowns in each game.
Yeah, and our offensive scheme is like rinse and repeat. But like we pointed out, we have moments like where the play calling's like, where did that come from? Or when we're really not running the ball, hey, let's run some more. So, I mean, are we going to score every time we touch the ball? No, certainly not. But I think we've got enough weapons on offense that, we're going to put up some points for sure. 30 plus.
Yeah, I just think that their offense is going to struggle, period. So because of that, we're going to get a couple extra possessions, and I just don't see them stopping us. I think
might get a defensive touchdown or 2 this week.
We might.
Yeah.
I think most drives we're going to score something, 3 or 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it has the makings of a 45-10 kind of game.
And you can play with an ab injury, but ab injuries are not fun. They're limiting, really. And, he's not like John was saying, he's not a mobile quarterback anyway. A couple of hats on his chest, he may be thinking twice about finishing the game.
And that knee's not good either, guys. I mean, hats off to him for being tough, but he's banged up. And, I'm surprised he might not be he might be playing for draft stock. That might be the only thing he's doing, because he was a Heisman candidate and potential first round. Well, potential first round draft pick.
Before the season started, he is not that good.
I mean, he has he has the skill set of a Mac Jones, but not nearly as good. You know what I mean? I mean, he can't move, but Mac Jones is so much better than he is.
I'm hoping he gets the Zach Mettenberger treatment. Remember when we sacked him like 4 times in a row? He was literally crawling to the sideline.
Yes.
I hope well, not to get hurt or anything,
Right.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Not hurt.
But I think turnovers, I think we're going to get 2 or 3 turnovers in this game. I think some interceptions, some fumble recoveries. I think that stuff is more likely in this game. And really, we haven't had a break from dual threat quarterbacks through this 5-game stretch. And so this is our first time to have a guy that's going to be sitting back there in the park in the pocket with big bullseye on his chest.
I mean, the game has changed. It might be our only game that's like that, really.
Northern Illinois.
We have not faced just dual threats. I mean, if you look at Lenore's, Diego, I mean, we've faced elite
Right.
dual threats. We've probably faced 3 of the top 10 dual threat quarterbacks in the country, maybe 3 of the top 5 or 6 even. So this will be, I don't want to say relaxing. It'll certainly be a change of pace for a guy who can't really move.
I think that there's just not many quarterbacks like that left, like Garrett Nussmeier. Everybody seems to be a dual threat. There's no more Peyton Mannings or Tom Brady's, just sitting there dicing you up, Joe Burrow. There's just not many like that anymore.
Will, you and I talked about this, I think, in the summer. LSU, I felt a lot more confident about us matching up well against them than I did against any of these other SEC. And then with all the turmoil with Kelly getting fired, the athletic director, and when the governor came out and said the athletic director at LSU will not be hiring the next coach after he hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M, and then they had to pay him $70 million to go away, and then they're hiring Brian Kelly to go, or they're paying him $53 million to go away, and then they fire him. It's just like it's a 3-ring circus down there in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I get it, man.
The governor's statement is what the English majors call a harbinger. If you're the AD and you heard that, it's like, ooh, I'm not going to be hiring him. I'm probably not going to be doing much else either.
It'd be nice if you're so bad at your job you get paid like 10 years of your salary to leave. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Thomason, you haven't done a good job. I'm going to give you 10 years of your salary to go do something else. Okay.
Hey, did you guys see the replay of Brian Kelly's little hype video when he was on the little dance thing doing his little moves? It was cringeworthy at the time, and man, now after he's been fired, it was like, ooh, don't do that, folks.
And he faked the Southern accent.
I like when he went. Remember last year when he got so mad? I'm tired of this. That's so funny. Hey, all right, question. Would you rather play LSU with Brian Kelly or LSU like this?
Either one.
Yeah.
I'm like you, Gary. I don't think it matters at this point.
Maybe LSU with Brian Kelly.
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't know. I mean, I just think they're in disarray. I think he had lost the team. I think even now guys are looking out. They don't want to get injured. And we always talk about this, but teams that play Alabama get punished. They're in for a physical game. And probably the thing you're thinking when you get on that bus, maybe they're flying up here. I don't know where they fly or bus, but whatever. You get on the charter flight, you come up here. What you think about is I want to go home healthy. I don't want to have a season-ending injury or an injury that ruins my professional chances. And Harold Perkins opting out really told me all I needed to know. When I saw that today, I'm like, holy moly, what? Holy moly, Batman. I mean, I'm like, he is out of there. And I really have been, probably the Wisconsin game was the last time I've been so not concerned about the opponent we're playing. And it's weird to say that about LSU, but we're going to have to really no-show to lose this game, I think. And maybe that's bad for me to say, but that's just the sense I have, is if we're focused, and Ty Simpson is going to keep us focused. I think this team learned from last year. We want to win. We know we don't want to lose another game in the regular season. So I'm confident. Am I too confident? Am I overconfident, guys?
I think I'll jump in here. So I think that LSU is not in that elite group anymore, quite frankly. And some of that is on Kelly. Some of it is on just some dysfunction in the program, which you could attribute some of that to Kelly as well. But you don't have to go to distant memory. They've had 3 coaches win national championships. Now you're going back a little bit there. But I remember, and you guys probably do too, when their defensive line was like, can we please get, Booger McFarland, but not even that far back. They've just taken a step down, and some of that is Brian Kelly, the fake Southern accent, the stupid stuff. I mean, who the heck would want to play there? But they're just not in Ohio State, Alabama, A&M, Texas, even. They're just not on that level right now. So, John, I don't think it's false bravado, and I don't think that I don't think you're wrong. I think there's a reason it's a 2-touchdown line. So I'm not that concerned.
So is the LSU job or the Florida job or Auburn job the most favorable job, you think?
I think because of recruiting, probably LSU, just having the phone in the state and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know what's the least. I think the Auburn job's the least attractive of those 3. And I would put Florida, to me, Florida and LSU are about neck and neck. I could argue for both of them.
I think Penn State's higher than Auburn too, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Auburn's 4th in that pecking order. But I think the 2 SEC programs are better jobs than Penn State personally.
Yeah. But I think Auburn's going to get their man. And I think John Summerall wants to go to Auburn. So that's what my partner's saying is a big Auburn guy. He thinks.
All right. No names mentioned, but we have a deep throat at Auburn, and he thinks it's going to be John Summerall.
That's right.
Is that what he's thinking?
What does he think?
What does he think about DJ Durkin? Because I heard that today.
He likes him. His dream package is John Summerall comes and DJ stays as the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
That's kind of the dream scenario.
What did he say about Jimbo Fisher?
No.
There's some people speculating that some people want Jimbo. So your deep throat's trying to nix that, huh? He's trying to spike no Jimbo.
Sounds like that's not going to happen, but who knows?
Okay.
I
heard some people saying DJ that there's some people that really think DJ could get the job, could get the head job.
Yeah, I think it's one of those two, Summerall or DJ Durkin.
Yeah, but there's some people that want to keep Cadillac for 10 years. I mean, some people, you know what I mean? You got to feel bad for Auburn, and I'm not an Auburn hater. Half of my family went to Auburn, but it's just hard to get out of the shadow. We cast a pretty long one.
About James Franklin.
Oh, I have heard that actually. I've heard that he's a candidate.
I think a lot of people think he's going to go to Virginia Tech.
That's probably right. I think that South Florida coach would be a pretty good coach, pretty good hire.
Oh, I agree with that. I think he's going to get a job. I think he's not going to be at South Florida next year as the musical chairs starts.
What about how about Gus?
Why is Clark Lee not being mentioned? Sorry.
Do what? What, Gary?
What about Gus?
Gus Malzahn?
Yeah. Give him another
going back to Auburn?
Yeah, why not? I saw him on the list. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the retread, the Mac Brown, when North Carolina went back to Mac Brown, I don't think it works well when you go back to the same guy. So I'm kind of against personally, it doesn't seem to work when, it's kind of like divorcing and then marrying somebody else and then remarrying your first wife. So I'm not sure that would work, but that's an interesting that he's on the list.
Why is Clark Lee not ever mentioned? I just think
that's what I think.
I've seen his name associated with a couple of the openings. I mean,
I've seen Penn State and Auburn. I've seen him mentioned at both of those places. And the question is, would Florida consider him if Kiffin won't go to Florida?
I mean, if you want a coach that, pops out of the schmedium shirts, he's your man. That guy's like,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You know what? I went ahead and bought some small shirts for me, so I might look better or worse. I'm not sure what the verdict is there.
All right, guys, let's run through the quick. We love doing this little thing because we can always get to DeBoer. All right, so let's do the factors, the matchups real quick. This is always fun. Nuss or Ty?
Ty. 1, 2, 3. Ty.
All right, so we're unanimous on that. And my only point to that is Nuss is not a dual threat quarterback and he's injured. So,
and he sucks.
All right. Hey, language, young man, language. Can Kane's defense stop or limit Nuss and do enough to allow Alabama to beat LSU? Yes. Yes.
Wait. Can you repeat that? Sorry, that kind of confused
Can
me.
Kane Womack's defense stop or limit Garrett Nussmeier enough to allow Alabama to beat LSU?
Yeah, I think so.
We're all in
It
agreement.
is yes.
All right, Bama O-line versus LSU D-line. That's probably going to be the best matchup among things. Who's
Push.
got the push?
Yeah.
Yeah, I call that a push.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll tell you what, though, on that topic, John, I would like to see this week we start to find our best 5 linemen going into the stretch here. I would love to see less rotation on the front line, but hopefully they can find 5 guys to go into this last 8 game stretch or so.
Well, I'll rephrase what you just said. You'll
Yeah.
see the best 5 playing consistently when they play better.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? I mean, so basically what you're saying is, I hope
Right.
that Alabama plays better on their offensive line play. I think
That's
we
true.
all do. I mean, there have been moments where it's just like, come on, man.
I think this is the week we see the Caden Proctor touchdown. It's coming at some point. If we get up a lot, I think he's going to get.
I'm calling the pass, Will.
I was going to say, will that be a rush, a reception, or a pass?
I think he's going to pass.
I think the Tim Tebow jump pass.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would like to see
he comes barreling in and then
a flea flicker to Caden. Put him in
Yeah,
motion.
awesome.
Come on, man.
Reverse.
Jet sweep to Caden.
Yeah.
Be funny.
All right. LSU O-line versus the Bama D-line.
Survey says Alabama D-line.
Alabama D-line.
Bama. Bama.
Pierre DeBoer. Pierre.
Nussmeier's going to be on his Tushmeyer all day.
Yeah.
LT's going to break him in half, man.
Yeah.
He's going to feel some pain. I feel bad for that guy. He's going to be beat up after the game. All right, LSU running game versus the Bama D.
I haven't really watched a lot of their offense. I mean, I think they're kind of maybe average. I think it'll, probably be us, but maybe a push.
LSU had 60 yards rushing against A&M, and A&M's a great team.
Right.
Nothing against them. So I would actually, we've kind of teased the Bama rushing D all year, but they've gotten better. I would give the edge to Alabama for the first time.
Yeah, I would say if the metric is do they get 100 yards or not, I think they won't get 100 yards rushing.
I agree. Bama, I give the edge to Bama. LSU passing game versus the Bama D.
Bama D.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, John. It's that question.
I gotta ask the questions. It's
I
just
might
a
I might
question.
give him special teams. I might give him that one.
It's on the sheet. You got to ask it.
I gotta ask the questions.
Hey, speaking of special teams, and I know we may get to that in a minute, but did you guys see there's an open trial coming up for Alabama? Was that a joke? I saw it. Somebody showed it to me yesterday.
I don't know.
For what?
Okay. It was like this Sunday or Monday or
For
something.
kicking?
For what? Kicking?
No, just walk on tryouts.
Wow.
We need to do a Stan Turnipseed recruitment, man. I'm for real.
Yeah. Patton, come on.
I
Step
still
up.
have a COVID year, I think.
Hey, I have years of eligibility. I haven't played at all.
Yeah.
And you have a huge leg, Rick. Huge.
Boom.
All right, next question. Can we get the stops on 3rd down and 4th down? What we need to do as a defense against this offense.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think we define what the South Carolina success being 33% or less on 3rd down conversion, 25% less on 4th down conversion against South Carolina. And we were kind of right there on both metrics. I think we do that again or a little better against LSU.
I think not having to worry about that dual threat quarterback makes it so much easier for us to get those stops.
Yeah.
I think the defensive line is going to be so happy to play a guy who's not going to move. I mean, that's going to be so nice after playing all the guys we played. You just go, and he's going to be there.
Mhm.
You know.
Rick, it'll be like you hitting those drop shots
Oh,
in
okay. Yeah.
tennis when somebody's way behind the baseline.
When
You
somebody's
just
way behind the
punish 'em.
baseline with 2 knee braces,
Yeah.
it's coming.
He's trying to get new pain clients. Like, here, hurt yourself.
That's right.
Come
That's
see
right.
me.
All right. Bama run game versus the LSU defense. What do you think?
LSU might win that one.
Yeah.
I think a push.
I call it a push.
Push.
Can we get 100 yards rushing? Can we?
I don't know.
They
I don't
might.
think we need to.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. How about the Bama passing game versus the LSU D?
Give me Ty Simpson.
We're going to shred them.
Yep.
All right, guys. Loaded question. Head coach matchup. Who is better, Flip Wilson or Kalen DeBoer?
Give me the black hoodie.
DeBoer.
Hey,
DeBoer.
We'll start doing the
DeBoer. Who is the
Yeah.
best coach in the world? DeBoer.
You gotta do
DeBoer,
it, John.
DeBoer.
It's a tradition now. It's a
DeBoer, DeBoer,
tradition.
DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer is the best coach in the world. DeBoer.
Clark. John, everyone's watching just for that moment now.
That's right. It's your signature move.
OC.
What-
Who's got the better OC?
Will K's hiding his laughter so well. It's
Yes.
amazing. I can't look at Will.
Yeah. Gen Z, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Better offensive coordinator.
By a mile, Alabama.
I don't even know who
Brian
their
Grubb.
offensive coordinator is.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Alex Adkins is their OC. How about defensive coordinator? Who's better?
I don't know.
Close
I may
call.
have to say Blake Baker, but I think we got better dudes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would probably make that trade if I could.
You always say that, John.
I want him to wow me. Hey, go win a natty and I'll shut up about the defense.
That's right.
Or shut them out. Shut LSU out and I'll shut my mouth.
That's a good point.
I issue that. Shut out LSU and I will quit criticizing the defense.
Yeah.
Special teams.
Hey, back to the defense question.
Okay.
Considering the situation LSU's in right now, what would be, assuming we win, what's disappointment to you as far as points scored by LSU? Would you be disappointed if they score 25 or 20 or 15?
I think anything more than 14, maybe.
Yeah.
I was going to say more than 18 or so. Yeah.
Like
I think it
17.
begins with a 2. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I think hold them under 20. If they get over 20, I'm going to be like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Unless we score 65, right?
Yeah.
And that's the one curious thing is with our offense and our offensive output, you think about Ty's numbers and they're not gaudy, but I mean, he's far and away our best player. He is far and away the driver of this team. And it's because he chews clocks and he has so many 5-minute, 6-minute, 7-minute drives, which are so valuable to this team. And it's hard to sustain a drive and end it with a touchdown when you do that a lot. And that's why I think he's Heisman worthy, even though his numbers may not be just ridiculously high, is just his ability to keep winning games and coming up with the big plays. And I don't think people talk about that enough, is how dominant he is at third down conversions, fourth down conversions, moving the chains, keeping things happening, and then putting it in the end zone when you need to. And I don't hear the national media talk about that enough.
It's the biggest moments, best play. It's the late drive at South Carolina to sustain. Yeah.
The Missouri 4th and 8. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And just those plays and how hard it is to just make first down after first down after first down and chew the clock and keep the chains moving. And when that's on, because let's face it, he doesn't have a Derrick Henry to hand it off to. He doesn't have a Jahmyr Gibbs. He doesn't have even a Brian Robinson to take the pressure off him. Now he's got great weapons in space when he moves the ball around, but I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
Yeah, and you
Even
just
that
Yeah,
named
you're right.
Georgia game
pretty
really
elite
showed it.
NFL running backs.
Yeah.
Do we have a somewhat elite NFL running back on our roster right now? I haven't seen them. It's like you're
You know,
saying, John, it's just,
Gary, that's a good point. It makes you wonder. You know how last weekend or the South Carolina game, remember that coach was talking to Keelan Russell? Did you see that picture? Well, hey, they have a 5-star freshman, supposedly the best in their class, Harlan Berry. Maybe we should talk to him at the game for next year.
well, the number 2 guy in his class was A.K. Deer in terms of the
Okay.
running back position. We got him, so
Okay.
he's having trouble getting playing time.
Which is
we
weird.
just don't run the ball a lot.
Yeah,
We don't have to.
right.
Well, and I will say I'm very happy at how effective Jam Miller and Daniel Hill are in the passing game and in the
Yeah.
short passing game. So that's been nice that even though they haven't run the ball that well, we don't have a runner, I mean, maybe even averaging 60 yards a game, but those guys have been weapons, and Ty's ability to spread the ball around is amazing. So, all right, special teams. Who's got better special teams?
I don't know. I haven't seen them play much, honestly.
I give it to LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got a kicker that can make a field goal outside of 40 yards, and we're
And
very
this
questionable.
offense with Kalen DeBoer, and even last year, we just don't kick many field goals. With Graham Nicholson, we didn't kick many field goals last year either.
And now we try and we can't hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, unless it's inside 45 yards, we're going for it on 4th down. We're just going to go for it, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't see why you wouldn't do that. So, I mean, I think Talty can hit a 40-yarder no problem. I'm pretty confident in 43 and in, but I kind of think his range is about 45 yards. Anything outside of that, good luck.
Well, and it's nice to have a go-to kicker for sure, but the analytics that dominate high-paced, fast-scoring offenses in basketball, where there's a reason we don't take mid-range jumpers, right? Those threes, and you look at it over time, if you have elite shooters, I'd like to see the numbers if you have a really productive offense, what those numbers look like of going for it on 4th and 4, 4th and 5, when you have decent field position. Coaches are probably digesting the idea that a lot of times it is better to go for it, even if you have a good kicker. If you average, say, 4.1 points by going for it on that 4th and 5 and continuing the drive versus 3 points with a field goal or whatever the equivalent is, you just see a lot of teams. Remember, 20 years ago, if a team went for it on 4th down, near midfield, it was like weird, like, oh my gosh, it's so risky, riverboat gambler, all that. And now it's just like people do it all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, even in the pros, you're seeing more teams do it a lot. I think the analytics are pointing to, if you're 50 yards out, I mean, even the pros can almost make the 50-yarder almost every time, but they're still saying, let's go ahead and get 7 if we can, of course.
You see the guy made a 68.
68, yeah. Yeah, Cam Little for Jacksonville booted
68.
And in
It's almost
preseason,
a
he hit a
kickoff.
70-yarder. He hit a 70-yarder in preseason.
68.
Yeah.
So the
It's
ball's
almost
on the
a
40.
kickoff.
So where's the ball placed for 68? Is that
Is it at the 50?
The 49 of the other
49?
side.
Yeah, 49. Yeah. It's
Other side
crazy.
is on your own 49.
49? That's right. So 51 plus 17? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
All right, I would give them the edge on special teams unless you guys, but I mean, I don't think it's going to come down to that at all. So it's not going to matter. We have to play a really bad game and come out horribly for it to come down to that. So I don't think that's going to be in the. All right, poison penalties. I feel good about us being under control, not doing stupid things, committing stupid penalties.
Yeah.
As long as James Smith doesn't jump on Garrett Nussmeier 2 or 3 times, he's got to just control himself there.
Not to bring up the FSU game again, but you look at trajectories and trends and you see us, sort of up and to the right, and Florida State kind of the other direction. I think you can apply that to that poison penalties too, not just in the numbers, but it's just like at critical times, we're making less and less penalties at those moments. So that's a great trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How about this is another easy one. Which team do you trust to make the in-game adjustments and get the team back in?
Alabama.
DeBoer.
There you go, Will K. I saw Will K doing it.
He
Oh,
wants to.
Will K wants to do it.
No, I'm
we
just spinning in my chair because I don't want to watch what's happening right now.
You're like the guy at the dance party. You're just like tapping your foot, but you know you want to go out there, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Will K. Hey, below the camera, he's doing this below the camera.
You know, I would ask, is LSU battle tested? But I think LSU's battle weary. I just think they're beat up and
They
done.
have
It's been a
3
rough
losses
season.
now. Yeah.
They do. I just think they're battle weary. We're battle tested. They're weary.
The
Who they lost
A&M
to?
game was really demoralizing. I mean, they just got manhandled, and yeah.
All right, let's make some predictions on this game. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Will.
41-13. Very close to last year.
Blowout. Blew it
Very
up
close to
real
last
good.
year's game, 42-13. You know, last year all we had to do was beat Oklahoma, and we're probably in the playoff. I hope that that does not happen this year. We have you know, another game of a cushion. Of course, we lost 3 games, but you know, LSU still has talent. They have a lot. People were talking highly of them after they beat Clemson, even though Clemson sucks. They still have talent. We can't just walk into it and think we're going to win. So still need to come and bring it. And you know, for the next weeks, I know we'll talk about that, but you need to beat Oklahoma and Auburn too. So
No doubt. Who's next?
I'll say I think after 4 weeks of tough competition, and maybe was it 5 weeks? Can't remember now.
Yeah,
But 4
5
weeks.
weeks.
5 weeks, yeah, 5 weeks of hard competition, and the last one being on the road. We played pretty badly there. I think we needed this break, and I think we come back this week with a new level of energy and commitment and focus from the coaching down to the kicker. So I think we beat them 48-17.
Pretty strong prediction there, T-Pain.
Yeah.
I'm with you on the 17, and I think 7 of their 17 points are going to result from a drive that they have after we make a turnover. I think we're going to have 1 turnover. But my offensive production for Bama, I would say 35 points, and I would say we also probably going to go 0 for 1 in a field goal, and then after that, just start going for it on 4th down.
yeah.
So what's your score, Gary? 35,
35-17.
35-17. Okay.
Are we going to go for a 68-yarder, Gary, you think, or not?
We can't even punt half of that. Like this kick.
All right, guys. I think it's going to be 38-10. I think they're going to struggle to score. I think Nussmeier will going to chase them all over the field. I think the reason we're only going to score 38 is we're just going to have these long, methodical drives, and just Ty's going to do what he
It's a lot of
does.
points.
I know, but I don't think we're going to get in the 40s. I think because I don't think we're going to have any of these Milrow 55-yard runs, these explode, because we just don't seem to rip those off, those explosive plays like we did last year, but we score a lot. So I'm saying 38-10. And we might even get a defensive touchdown.
Do you know how many times we've scored over 40 this year?
What, once?
Once. Yeah.
La Monroe.
Yeah. 73-0. Love it. All right, guys, let's talk college football playoff rankings. Did anything stand out to you guys in the top 10, top 12? Was there anything out there going,
Georgia Tech was a little low. That's the only thing, but everything else, I mean, it'll work out.
So let me comment on the Georgia
Notre
Tech
Dame
thing. So Will, on the Georgia Tech thing, they haven't beaten anybody. You know, everybody thought that Clemson win was a great win way back when, but as we know now by LSU going to Clemson winning, and that Clemson's just like Penn State, just falling off. So I think Georgia Tech was punished because they don't have any good wins. Now, if they beat Georgia, they'll rocket up the rankings if they end up going 11-1 and somehow beat Georgia. And then I think the North Carolina State's lost 3 times. So 4 times. North Carolina State has lost 4 times. And so for them to lose to North Carolina State, I think it was the lack of quality wins and then losing to North Carolina State's what really hurt Georgia Tech. So that's my understanding of that.
Oh, wait, Georgia Tech's not undefeated?
Yeah, they lost to North Carolina State
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Oh,
That's
never
why
mind.
That's why
Never
they're
mind.
never mind.
I thought they were undefeated. Yeah, never mind.
Hey, question: if the playoffs happened this week, wouldn't Memphis be in?
Yes,
So
that
I
was
guess
the
they
projection. Is
they would
that
take
Memphis
Oklahoma.
is right?
Yeah.
Well, in Texas, Oklahoma, one of the two of them is probably not going to make it because I don't think they're both running the tables.
Well, what are we doing, y'all, having Memphis, a team like that, in this playoff? That's so stupid. I mean,
I mean,
Gotta put it in the Power
BYU too. I
Five.
mean, a lot of commentators are saying BYU's so great. I don't know. I
But
don't
they're
like
Big 12.
Indiana too. I know they have an amazing quarterback, have an amazing year, but look, head to head, they play A&M, they play Georgia, they play us. I'm not convinced they deserve two.
I think
They got two because they're going to win out because they have a cupcake schedule.
Right, that's right.
I think that at the end of the year, some of these teams with a cupcake schedule will be up against Texas. I think Texas might, because I mean they do have to play Georgia and A&M. But even if they split those games, I mean they still have a pretty good resume. I know they lost to Florida, but I could see some arguments for Texas.
A lot of people are predicting that if Texas finishes 9-3, they're going to get in. But Oklahoma, if Oklahoma and Texas both end up at 9-3, Oklahoma's out because they lost to Texas.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to take two SEC teams at 9-3, but a lot of people are predicting that Texas could slide in at 9-3.
I think they beat A&M.
You think they're going to beat A&M?
Yeah.
So y'all, I guess you always want a bye, but it would be so nice though to host a game here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, the people who have the bye should get to host.
I
Like,
know.
don't go to the
Yeah,
Sugar
really.
Bowl. Keep that for the semis or whatever. I want like Alabama to play somebody weird here.
Like
Like,
Memphis.
yeah, or like, I don't know, Alabama, Indiana, and Tuscaloosa would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So, Gary, your point about Indiana, they really have a cupcake schedule. And the Oregon win, everybody was really, oh, what a great win to go to Oregon. But we're going to find out the next 4 weeks, how good is Oregon? I mean, is Oregon really a top 10 team? Or, do they lose to a USC or do they lose at Iowa? Do they lose one of these or two of these games down the stretch? And if Oregon does lose another game or two, that's going to diminish Indiana's resume and their strength of schedule and could allow Texas A&M to jump them even before, let's say Texas A&M wins out, Alabama wins out, and those two are in the SEC championship game. That's going to diminish Indiana. And so Indiana's chance there, they'll have to go to the Big 12 or the Big 10 championship and beat Ohio State if they want to grab that spot. So
Are we still in the SEC championship game if we lose another game?
Yes. We haven't lost any conference games.
Ah, that's right.
it kind of depends on who the one-loss teams are. Because if Ole Miss has one loss and Georgia has one loss and we have one loss, that
I forget that whole thing I read last time.
So
Right.
you looked it up, and there was a coin toss somewhere in there.
Because
Yeah, at the very end, it's a coin toss.
And remember, Texas only has one SEC. Yeah, they only have one SEC loss right now because they only lost to Florida. So if Texas wins out, that could put Texas A&M. Well, that would give Georgia 2 losses if they went out. So Georgia would be out. But that could put Texas A&M, Alabama, Texas, and Ole Miss all at one loss. And that would be weird.
I'm stating the obvious, but I love an SEC championship. But if we can do what we did the year we rematched LSU and beat them, I mean, that's really all that matters around these parts.
No doubt. Any other thoughts? I noticed Vanderbilt's dropped down. What's funny about Vanderbilt is if they run the tables, they can still make the playoffs at 10-2. And I don't think a 10-2 SEC team is going to get left out.
Nope.
And Tennessee is out of it. Auburn's
Yep.
out of it. And guys, I thought it was weird, but there was a little bit of murmurs about fire Josh Heupel.
I mean, I don't think so. Who's Tennessee going to get? They can
Exactly.
go back to Lane?
They can't get Lane. He wouldn't go back there.
No.
If he leaves Ole Miss, it'll be for Florida or LSU or the pros. But I can't see him doing that. Just trying to look at. So I think the ACC has cemented themselves as a one bid league. I don't see any chance the ACC gets 2 teams in. Thoughts on that?
Nope.
No,
I think Miami's done. It's either going to be, well, Louisville. Who is it? Louisville.
So
Virginia?
Louisville, Virginia, Georgia Tech all have 1 loss. Miami has 2 losses. So I just think the strength of schedule, none of the teams are considered really strong. I think they're going to be a one bid league. I just don't see it going any other way.
Back to your Heupel murmurs, John, if I could
Yeah.
just say something real quick about that. He's a good coach, and I'm with Will K. I don't think they ought to get rid of him, but he's a perfect illustration of how hard it is to win consistently in the SEC with a program with high expectations. I mean, Kirby's got a lock in Georgia. He's been doing a great job. You start thinking about the other sort of safe coaches, Drinkowitz, because, Missouri sort of suffers from the soft bigotry of low expectations. I think DeBoer is starting to get comfortable here. He's only in the second year. It's so hard, and Lane, of course, is going to have doors open to him. But it is so hard to come into the SEC and win consistently. And Heupel's a great example of that. I mean, he's not a bad coach. He's doing a great job recruiting. He's got a very high-powered offense most years. And yet the fact that they're murmurs just tells you something.
Just the expectations may be a little unrealistic. Because they're probably going to finish 9-3 or 8-4. They're probably
That's what I'm saying. It's hard
Yeah.
because, people are forgetting how there's a lot of parity. I mean, who's on the ropes against Vandy 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've just got our middle, and I think, John, you've made this point on previous episodes. You get out of the top of the Big Ten, and it's like a snooze fest. Middle of the SEC is tough. You made the point, would they take 2 9-3 teams in the playoffs? They ought to. They ought to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had Oklahoma and Texas at 9-3 and playing well at the end of the season, you're going to put Memphis over one of them? You're going to put, BYU over one of them? I would.
Do you think Oregon would like to play either Texas or Oklahoma? I think Oregon would have their hands full with either one of those teams.
I agree.
Yeah.
Fierce defenses, loads of dudes all over the field. I think Oregon would have a tough. And do you remember when in the aughts in the 2000s, Ohio State would be 11-1, and then they'd show up and they'd play LSU or they'd play Florida or they play an SEC team for in back when it was just the best 2 teams in the BCS formula, and they would get smoked.
Yeah.
And I think the Big Ten may get in this playoff this year, and all of a sudden they run into a couple SEC teams and realize these teams are really, really good, and we're in for a dogfight. And it might, I think a lot of people think that the Big Ten is going to win it again this year. And I feel like the SEC has lots of contenders that can beat either one of those teams.
Well, okay, what is the betting odds of Ohio State going all the way?
Plus 250, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
I think Alabama's like plus 700 or 800.
I mean, John, I don't know, money's talking.
I think money is talking, but I think people were overestimating how good Texas's offense was and underestimating how much work Texas had to do to get better in that opening game. And who has Ohio State beaten since then? Who have they played? They played nobody.
Well, it's no fault of their own. I mean, Ohio State's pretty good. I mean,
No, I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying who have they beaten?
Texas.
Yeah, that's it.
And
And
they
that
got
was
some
14.
dudes.
That was 14-7. And Texas, they stopped them on a goal line stand where Texas could have punched it in. Hats off to them for doing, because they did that to them in the playoff last year. And remember, that playoff game could have been tied, except for they had a great goal line stand and then got that, strip sack fumble touchdown to flip it from what could have been a tied game to a 14-point win. So actually, Texas played Ohio State in the playoffs as well as anybody played them.
I
Well,
will
we were
say
talking
Big
about dudes
Ten-
and rosters, and it's only one position, but would you take Bray Hubbard or Caleb Downs?
Oh, I'd take Caleb Downs for sure.
We all
For
would.
sure.
And
Yeah.
I love Bray. He's a great player. But
Yeah.
if we started going position to position, Ohio State matches up favorably to us. I would take Ty over Julian, but it's because I'm sentimental and Ty's my guy, as our T-shirts say.
Yeah,
Julian Saint's a very good quarterback.
he is.
And
He is.
they've got weapons all over it. That'd be a tough matchup.
But I think we can play with him.
No, play with them.
Yeah. But no, there's no doubt that they got dudes. But I just think that I thought they had been tested, and I just think the Big Ten, other than 3 teams, stinks. I just think they've got 3 really good teams, and the rest of them, I think the rest of their teams, if you look at 1 through 16, the rest of their teams would be in the bottom 8. I think we have 8 teams better than the rest of the Big Ten, other than those top 3. And I'm not sure that Oregon would be better than 6th or 7th in the SEC. That's I guess my big point is maybe the Big Ten's getting a little more love and a little more respect than they deserve.
Hey,
That just
guys.
means it's college football season. The analysts, so many people went to Big Ten schools, and they're great academic schools. Like Michigan, obviously, is a great example. Penn State's a great school. They get more love than they deserve pretty much every year. It's like Notre Dame.
Big Ten championship game should be good though.
Oh no, I can't wait. That's gonna be that's must-see TV for sure. I can't wait to see those teams match it up.
I just don't want to see them play Rutgers and Northwestern every week. Purdue.
Hey, I just reviewed the format. Did y'all understand this year how it's different than last year? The top 12.
The strength of number 1, it is a straight ranking.
Right.
There's no guaranteed bye for a conference championship winner.
It's just the top 4 teams get buys.
Like, I
Correct.
think
Whoever they
Arizona
view
State-
as how they rate it.
Right.
Wasn't Arizona State? Didn't they have a bye? Or Boise State had a bye.
Boise State, yes.
Had a
Yeah.
bye last year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is kind of ridiculous.
So it's the
Did they get
top,
pumped
and
by
then
Penn State?
so the automatic 5 teams, the automatic 5 highest conference champions get in, right?
Yes.
So that's why, and I was reviewing why I heard Memphis was in. I guess Memphis is the 5th conference in the rankings.
Well, right. You get the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC, and then the group of 5. So you get 5 automatic qualifiers. Then it's the next 7 best teams.
Right.
But then they seed them 1 to 12. And the top 4 seeds, and if they decided 2 SEC and 2 Big 10 were the top 4, those will get the buys.
Right now, I think Memphis is like top 40.
Right, they'd be number 12.
But I'm just saying that's such a stupid rule. I mean, because if you have a number 40 team in the country getting in, that's just a joke.
They just want to give some love to the non-Big 4 power conference teams.
Well, they give them some love, but they don't get killed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in,
So whoever's the 5th seed gets a home game and will roll over whoever the 12th seed is.
Well, in this scenario right now, John, today, Memphis would have to go to Georgia.
Correct.
That's great. That's a good job. Good job, Memphis. You get to go to Georgia and get shellacked.
You mean basketball?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts about the college football playoff? There's going to be a lot more to talk about because, I mean, stuff's going to shake out this weekend. There's going to be some upsets. There's going to be some stuff. It's going to be ever changing. But any other thoughts about that?
Not right now.
All right. Let's jump into hoops real quick. Alabama, Rick and I were at the game, and it was really nice to see Alabama have a good, nice lead at half, and then for them to extend the lead to the end. So I think we were up, 15 or 16 at a half, ended up winning by 29. That was nice to see. So here are some issues that I wrote down that I saw in the game, and then we'll talk about all the good stuff that happened. First issue I had was out of bounds plays. Any comments on our struggles with getting the ball in bounds on situations?
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like
Same.
that's elementary stuff in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate Oates is a great coach. What's the deal there? I'd like to ask him. All right, Will, you're going to go down there you're going to start going to the press conferences. I want to ask you, why do you struggle with out of bounds plays so much? I want you to ask him that.
Yeah, this is Will Kilgore from the Bamateur Hour.
That's right.
Get your press credentials.
Yeah. Who are you
All
with
right.
again? You're fake news.
Issue number 2, turnovers.
I was at the game too. The first half was just sloppy. I mean, it was obvious that we had better players. And unlike when we played them last year, they didn't have an elite shooter. What was it?
Eagle staff.
Eagle staff. Yeah, he's at
Eagle
West
staff.
Virginia this year. We wanted him, but he went there.
Yeah, he's a great player. Nothing against him, but it was obvious that we had better players. But gosh, we were sloppy, and it was reflected some in the turnovers for sure, but just the way, we're making like half court passes that are getting intercepted and stuff. It's like, what are we doing here, man? It's early though.
Yeah, my thought is it is early, right? But my thought is I think we had 2, maybe 3 starters on the bench. And so we're playing a lot of guys who probably won't play as much in a few weeks. And we still won by 20 something.
29.
29. So I'm encouraged. I think we have the ceiling's pretty high, I think.
So 15 turnovers, 22 assists. I would like to see that turnover number get down into the 12, 11, 10, 9 range. And it'd be nice if the assist level, got up into the 25, 26. That's just.
Well, when you play as fast as Nate Oates likes to play, you're going to have some turnovers.
Yeah, but not 15, I hope.
Yeah, maybe.
But sometimes the sloppiness of trying to do too much. Roy Williams really liked to play fast at North Carolina. He liked to get up and down the court, and he always wanted a point guard that could run it. But he always said, make the easy pass, not the fancy pass. Make the easy pass. And I agree with that. Just make the easy pass and keep the ball moving. And so just turnovers. The next point I had that I noted was interior scoring by the bigs. I thought Sherrill was effective, but Noah Williamson looks like Brad Daugherty to me. If you guys, I think he looks like Brad Daugherty and kind of moves like him. I just felt like our bigs struggled to score in the post, and I don't know.
Every year.
Well, we aren't a feed the post kind of offense, but I mean, he had some rebounds, but yeah, to me, having a big who's like really, really good, it's nice to have that offensive threat, but the rim protector on defense is really, to me, the bigger role for them. But Sherrill looks like he's just such an athlete.
Yes.
He's got a high ceiling.
And he had 4 blocks, which I will talk about the shot blocking as well. But he had 4 blocks, and he looked very athletic and active. I thought TBB looked kind of weak and just kind of getting pushed around and out of control. And not sure how you say his name, but I'm going to say Oniaka. But he's young. He's raw and young. He's big. He's aggressive, but man, he is just young. And then Williamson, he just looks kind of out of place with the rest of the offense with his kind of plotting, big nature. I think fundamentally he's very solid, but getting back to just scoring in the post, I'd just like to see a guy be able to catch it near the basket and just do a quick move, a hook, fade away, just some kind of quick post move that's just boom, boom, get the ball up. And I don't think that Nate coaches post play and developing that. And I'd like to see our post be a little more effective when they get the ball in the low post. You feel go up and get a shot or get. Now, TBB, to his credit, he got fouled and he made 8 free throws. He was 8 for 8 from the free throw line, which was big. Nice. But other than that, he just looked like he struggled.
Yeah, during
Yeah, I
warm-ups,
thought the
it
three
was just-
freshmen.
go ahead, Rick.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I thought the three freshmen looked good, John.
Yes.
I'm impressed with all those three. I think Hannah has a high ceiling. He's very athletic. Jemison impressed me. Allen, looked pretty good. He hustled. I thought Williamson had a good shot. I saw one 3-pointer he threw up, I think it was, and it looked great. I mean, he missed it, but he has a good shot. Cheryl can shoot pretty good. And two of our best shooters didn't play. So I just think we're going to be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, I was just
Garrett.
saying during warm-ups, you see it on TV, but when you see them live, the length is just like, wow. TBB, he kind of got pushed around a little bit. But like you're saying, the free throws were huge, but his wingspan is just like watching him move out there. It's like, man, we got a lot of elite players. I like Amari Allen. I thought had a good game. He's got, and maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I saw a couple of plays where he has some dog in him, and I like that, especially coming from a freshman where, like, if he's getting pushed around, he like pushes back harder and really hustles to the ball on fast breaks. I think I have high expectations for him this year. Let's put it that way.
Next thing I was going to say, and this is another issue, is I just don't know what we're going to get out of Reitzel this year because I'm not sure he's fully healthy. And we need a healthy Reitzel. He's really good, and I just don't know what we're going to get. So I have that concern about that. And then with Bethea, I don't know when he's going to be healthy and when he's going to show up and what we're going to get out of him either. So I just put those guys in my question mark. It's kind of to be determined because Reitzel was a big loss last year. It really would have been nice in that tournament run to have him because he was so good the year before. Those are just, I don't know what we're going to get. So those are question marks that I'll continue to have till we see him play 3 or 4 games and know where they are. So how about the positives? Positive number 1, LeBaron Philon.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
He looks like he's taking another step this year. I think he's going to be a 20-point guy every game.
He looks like the dude.
He does.
He really looks like he's a different player than Mark Sears, but he looks like he's filling that role, and he is our go-to guy.
His shot looked better, John. His shot.
How about the drive? Because I'm always about, you got to be able to score at all 3 levels. He was hitting his threes. He took the ball to the basket. Then he had a nice drive where he just got a guy in the mid-range and shot over him and easily got a shot off. He just looks like he can score with ease at all 3 levels, and I love that. Because sometimes you can't get all the way to the rim. Sometimes you're not going to get an open 3. And I think the best players, look at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He scores at all 3 levels. So if Philon can do that, he'll be in the pros next year. And he's looking great. I'm loving that. Yeah. I love Philon. And he dished out 8 assists. Now, I don't like the 4 turnovers, but at least this game he had a 2-to-1 ratio on assist turnovers because I think he had a 1-to-1 ratio in the last game. So I like that. So that was my point number 1, LeBaron Philon. Loved it.
He doesn't get blocked as much as Mark Sears did either.
Well, he's tall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he doesn't get himself in situations where he's just throwing the ball up. I feel like he's a little more controlled in the air. And yeah.
He's good at taking people off 1-on-1, but he's not trying to go 2-on-1 or 3-on-1. And he just seems to be, I think he's taken not 1 step, but 2 steps. I really think you've seen a big jump from last year to this year so far. Now, in Madison Square Garden on Saturday, that's going to be it's going to be a great test. I can't wait. Guys, Saturday's going to be great. You got Alabama playing St. John's, 11 a.m. on Saturday. Then you got a little time to watch some other football games. Then we got the big game Saturday night. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. Next thing I put down was Cheryl. Thought he looked really good. I thought he had a great game. Any other comments about him and his game? Nope.
Nope.
My next comment is the 3 amigos. That's what I call the freshmen. I thought they all came out, contributed. I thought they played strong. Allen and Jemison each had 12 points. Allen also had 7 rebounds, and then Hannah had 9 points, and they all played over 20 minutes. And you could feel their impact on both ends of the court when they're out there. They're long, they're athletic. They don't look like freshmen.
They don't.
And to know that Bethea was out, Bristow was out, and I like Bristow's game. We didn't have Holloway, and Holloway looks like he's going to score 15 to 20 points a game. For those guys to step in and really fill those minutes, but not just fill the minutes, but contribute, I loved it. So I'm calling them the three amigos till we come up with another name.
And John, I think they're not good enough to go pro, which is great.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I think we might have them. I think you said that too. We might have them 3 years if we can keep the money flowing.
Yeah. Speaking of Holloway, I've been out of the news cycle. I've been tied up.
Wrist.
Is he?
Wrist.
It's his wrist. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's going to play on Saturday. It
Okay,
didn't
good.
seem like it was something that's going to keep him out long, so I'm expecting him to play Saturday until we see otherwise. But I love the three amigos. And Rick, to your point, none of them's good enough unless they just blow up between now and the end of the season to go pro, but they all look like high quality college basketball players.
Yeah.
And I was fired up to see that. Thought Houston Millette had a great game. 15 points, 8 rebounds. He had 2 turnovers, but I thought he was effective shooting the ball well. I love the 8 rebounds. Love that. That was good. Next point I put down, Alabama is long and athletic.
Yep.
I think we've raised the level. Don't you think we've raised the level from last year in terms of athleticism?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Mark had the it factor, but just was diminutive, obviously. But what I was saying is with Holloway on the bench, we had a lot of rotations where lengthwise, I don't want to say NBA team, because they got some 6'8" guards or whatever, but it looked like, like a legit kind of basketball team. So
it was very encouraging. The last point I put out is we hit 78% of our free throws in the game. And last year, we were about a 68% free throw shooting team. And that makes a big difference when you can shoot 75 to 80% game in and game out. Those close games, it really does come down to making your free throws. So I think we're a better shooting team, and I think we're a better free throw shooting team. So I'm excited about that. So those were the points I had about the game. Any other thoughts as we wrap this session up?
Don't think so.
I'm curious to see, does anybody know if we're favored at St. John's or at MSG?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
They played Quinnipiac, I think St. John's did, and they only beat them by like 13, which I would have expected more for them to beat them more. Maybe they're one of those mid-majors that's got some really good players. That Rick Pitino is going to have them ready to play. It's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be kind of like when we play Houston. They're going to come out and they're going to mix it up and they're going to ugly it up. Great test for our team. I'm excited.
I'm looking at it now. It says St. John's -6.5.
Wow.
Well,
that doesn't mean anything, but I'm just
well, they're the Big East, reigning Big East champions. They did really well in the transfer portal. They got a 5-star from North Carolina, Ian Jackson, who came in. So they've got players, but I like our chances.
All right, Rick, you about to turn into a vampire?
Yeah.
All right, parting shots.
Roll Tide. All right.
Yeah,
I
let's
think we're
just
going to
get
beat
this
LSU. Let's
dub.
go.
All right. Will K, parting shots.
Let's just get another win that we should. I know it's at home and they're wounded and everything, but DeBoer has kind of shown us sometimes he loses games that we think we should win. So let's just get out of here with a win. And then if we beat LSU in Oklahoma, then I'm not stressed by the end of the year because we're not going to lose to Eastern Illinois and Auburn. So as far as the playoff goes.
G Money.
I think Bama goes 2 for 2 on Saturday. Like I said, I think we win big over LSU, and I think our guys, although we have a lot of youth, I think we get in the New York state of mind and just soak in being at MSG and win the game in a very close one.
Monosodium glutamate, right?
No MSG. No MSG. I think Nate Oates is going to have them ready to go. That's going to be a great game. I'm excited to watch it. The good thing about a game like that is it's not as meaningful. It's really good to go out there and get a win, but one loss doesn't kill you. We'll grow from it. I love Nate Oates as a coach. I'm excited. I think we're going to have a great tournament run. We're going to have a great team. I'm excited as long as the injury bug doesn't creep up on us some more. And then Saturday night, I think we're going to get a big win. I'm just not sweating this game like I have a lot of the others. I have confidence in this team. And Will DeBoer may lose games he shouldn't lose, but not at home. That's the difference. We're at home. He does not lose on Saban Field in Bryant-Denny Stadium. Roll Tide, baby. We're going to win.
Hopefully.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Any other thoughts? Any other comments?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. Like, follow, subscribe, wherever you access the podcast. God bless and roll Tide.
On time.